am Layla Shearer. I have been here since I was 5?
For over 10 years.
Yeah.
I'm Reagan, and I have been attending Actionchurch since it begun. I was, I think, 5-ish, so 12 years now.
Hi, I'm Willow Shearer. I'm Layla's sister, and we've both been attending for 10 years, or somewhere around 10 years.
Yeah, great.
After every sermon, I go and I take the sodas and the waters and the coffee, and I take them all back to the kitchen, and I put all the stuff away and clean out the coffee. And it's a process that my dad used to do before he began his new shift at work, and it helps me to just kind of meditate on what I heard in the sermon that day while I work with the coffee, and it's just nice.
I deal with the name tags sometimes for the children, wrap donuts, and just pretty much take on whatever anyone else doesn't want to do or can't do, just whatever needs to be done.
Yeah. At the end of every sermon, I, help off with wiping down any surfaces. I help take out the trash sometimes, help put new trash bags in sometimes. Just generally, the little things cleaning up afterwards. If anyone needs help, I help with that. Oh, youth group. So sometimes, coming in early to help, set up food, set up any games, anything like that. Afterwards, staying to clean up and bring home any leftover food.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
I have been baptized. I was pretty young, so it was more of just of course I'm a Christian, I gotta do this. But now that I'm older, I do understand what it means to have been baptized and what that means in my life. It's since God has already made us a promise and stuff to help out our lives, it's good to help and give Him a promise that we will sort of follow Him throughout our lives.
Yes, I have been baptized. I think I was 11. And I think I would encourage it because, it says to do in the Bible. So obviously it says to do in the Bible, probably should do it, especially if you're considering being a Christian. But I also think since becoming a Christian and accepting Christ and being saved is an internal thing, and people really can't tell what's going on the inside of you except through what you work and through your actions.
Yeah.
I think it's a good visual thing. I am taking on Christ. I am trying to be like Him, and just taking on that coat of Christ and taking on all that means.
I was, fairly young when I got baptized. Along with taking on those responsibilities, I also wanted to encourage, my friends around me to also step into that, role of being Christian. And I would definitely recommend, thinking about it, if you aren't sure, then, listen, go up and ask, hey, what was your experience in this, and get a more personal feel, because everyone's different, and everyone has a different story, and, and if you have little kids, I would definitely, say, because usually we're pretty good with, talking to kids and making sure that they understand, what they're getting into, and kind of what this means for them. So, just kind of taking on every perspective, I think it is a great thing.
I love the community, and I love being able to see all of my fellow Christians and interact with them and be on that level with them. We're all a family.
I believe it's kind of a good starting point if you're not entirely sure about the whole Christian thing. Even if you don't end up staying here, it kind of gets you a little bit into that. And I think the place has a whole lot of potential to do amazing things, so I like that about it.
I personally, when starting, sometimes like other sermons were confusing and it didn't make me think a whole lot because, you know, I would drift off somewhere else in my thoughts, but I like how precise and lined up and, you know, like, just kind of like makes you think, especially the way Pastor Don, you know, takes a look at like into the Christianity and scripture. I like how he involves that into day-to-day life. It makes it easier to relate and connect with that.